Mark continues, and the multitude sat about him, and they said to him, Behold, your mother and your brethren outside seek for you. So the multitude are around him, and they told him. But in Matthew it says, Then one said to him, Behold, your mother and your brethren stand outside, desiring to speak with you. The multitude said about him, and they said to him. Then one said to him, desiring to speak with you. Let's say, seek for you. The multitude said about him. I need to include that, because that explains the scene. And they said to him. Well, I doubt the entirety of the multitude are telling Jesus this message. But if some random person in the multitude is telling him, that could answer how it's one person and it's the multitude. Because if it's not someone who's already named, it's not someone who's a main character in the story right now, you could say the multitude told him. One person from the multitude, even though it says they. I can't get around it. I can't get around the fact that Mark says they, the multitude. Matthew says one person. I'm just going to have to pick. So I want to go, the multitude said about him, and then one said to him. I just got to pick. And the multitude sat about him. I have a choice between this next and one said to him, then one said to him. I could put both, and then one said to him. But since I already have and at the beginning of this sentence, and the multitude sat about him, I'm just going to go with then from Matthew. One said to him. Then one said to him. There's a lot of hymns in this verse, but I'll just go. Then one said to him as both. Mark goes on to say, Behold, your mother and your brethren outside seek for you. Matthew says, Behold, your mother and your brethren stand outside desiring to speak with you. So, behold your mother and your brethren. Behold your mother and your brethren are from both. Behold your mother and your brethren. So now, your mother and your brethren outside seek for you. So it just implies, we already know they're outside, and they seek for you. It's very simple in Mark. I like that. Your mother and brethren outside seek for you. Matthew repeats what's already said, which is stand outside. From Matthew, earlier it says, his brethren stood outside, desiring to speak with him. Then someone said, your mother and your brethren stand outside, and then again, desiring to speak with you. Desiring to speak with you is repeated. Stand outside. Or just outside. I'll put stand outside, just to be all-inclusive. So stand from Matthew only, outside from both. And then Matthew, desiring to speak with you, or for Mark, seek for you. Desiring to speak or seek. Desiring to speak, I might just put that because it's all more words. Seek is more general. You could seek after someone when you don't really have anything to say. It could be possible. And you can't be there desiring to speak with someone without seeking for them. So I think desiring to speak, even though it's repeated, makes more sense here. It includes the meaning, more meaning, and it doesn't cut out what's said in Mark. Outside, and then Matthew only. You know, I'm getting kind of tired of putting all the words possible. I like the simplified seek for you. And I also don't like repeats, and this is a repeat, Yeah, I'm going to break from my usual pattern. I'm going to put seek for you instead of desiring to speak with you, because there's already a lot of unnecessary, at least as far as I can see, wording. Like in Mark, sent to him, calling him. That's the same. I don't want to have to put desiring to speak with him, stood outside, and then someone tells him desiring to speak with you. It's just seek you. It's keeping it fresh, like when Jesus was saying, which is easier, to say your sins are forgiven, or arise, take up your bed and walk. Then he says, arise, take up your bed and walk. What does the man do? I could say he arose, but it's better, it's more fresh to say he rose up. So, keeping it fresh. Outside, seek for is only Mark, and you is both. Seek for you. But Luke continues, and it was told him. That would actually be a good medium ground between what is said in Matthew, then one said to him, versus what's said in Mark, then they said to him. I could just put it as it says Luke, it was told to him, so it can be a mystery how he was told, by one or many. I think I'm going to have to go with that, just to avoid this unsolvable problem. It was told him, behold. And the multitude said about him. Then, from Matthew, it was told him. I could keep the him, now it would be from all three, at least in this part. And it was told. What does Mark say? The multitude said about him, and they said to him. It was told. Actually, if I could put, and the multitude said about him, and it was told. Well, I could say this and is both Mark and Luke, because that and is in Luke, so I'll do that. And the multitude said about him, then it was told him, and this him is all three. Behold, your mother and your brethren outside seek for you. But here it says, and it was told him by certain which said. It was told him which said. Do I have to include that? And it was told him by certain. The by certain is in italics, so I don't need to put that. By certain. If it was one person telling him, it would be by a certain one. Just because of the disagreement between Matthew and Mark, I want to leave this out, which said. That way it fits better to just say it was told him. If I'm trying to leave it innocuous, I don't have to add by certain, which again is just a translator entry. It was told him by certain which said. Or should I? It was told him by certain which said. No, I don't feel a need. And it was told him, behold, your mother and your brethren. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Then it was told him, behold, now, after which said, it goes into your mother and your brethren. So, definitely, your mother and your brethren are gray. Now, Luke continues, I could put stand outside. It's the same as it says in Matthew, stand outside desiring to speak with you. Desiring to see you or seek you. So I guess I'm going to have to go back with the majority witness between Matthew and Luke and go with desiring to something. If it was just between Matthew and Mark, I would keep it as it is because it keeps it fresh, keeps it new without too much repetition. But it's this way in Luke and Matthew now. I'm going to go with that. To see you. Seek for you. To see you. or to see you. You know what? To speak with you is specific. To see you is also specific. But just saying they seek for you is general. So that might be a good middle ground between desiring to see you and desiring to speak with you. Of course, if you're speaking with someone, you're going to see them. And if you're seeing someone, or if you want to see someone, it's pretty obvious you're going to speak with them too. But seek for you, I think that's a good, like I said, middle ground. No, I do want to go with the majority witness of Matthew and Luke, desiring to something. Matthew and Luke stand outside, and outside is all three. And instead of seek for, I'm going to put what Luke says, see. Stand outside, desiring to, from Matthew and Luke, and then see from only Luke. And the reason I'm doing that is because speak with, hold on. Speak with you, like I said, that would include see. You're going to see them. See you would include speaking with. I mean, it's pretty general, it's pretty clear. I'm not going to put seek you because I want to put stand from both. So speak with you or see you. You know, actually, if someone wants to see you, as opposed to someone wants to speak with you, that might be seen as more positive. But we know that his brothers, at least, his mother, I'm sure his mother still remembers and believes because of the vision she got from the angel. We know, however, his brothers don't believe him. So this interaction could be seen as mostly negative, especially since Jesus' next response is the parable of the sower, where the seeds being sown on the wayside are being snatched up and they lose the truth. And that's why they don't believe. So if there was a wording here to go with that seems to be more negative, I'd go with that. And I think speak with might be that. It might lean more towards negative. I mean, imagine if someone is really interested, is really excited to meet their friend again. They're not going to say, I really want to speak with you. They're saying, I just want to see you. That's what a friend would say, I just want to see you. However, if you're, say, a boss and you have a problem with something that someone else is doing, one of your employees, you might say, I need to see you, yes, but it seems more normal that they would say, I need to talk with you. So, speak with seems to be more negative. Since we know his brothers don't believe him, I think I'm going to go with speak with instead of see. And speak with is more words, so I'm including more of what probably should be there or could be there. Orange, desiring to speak with. There. Seems very serious now. And the multitude said about him, then it was told him, behold your mother and your brother, and stand outside, desiring to speak with you. Uh-oh.